Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to another Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Well, we solved this little issue, and I don't even know... Was that even an issue that I needed to do? Pretty sure it was, wasn't it? Yeah, basically the group of man, I can't even remember. It was a group of Godsworn, or whatever their name is. The ones like her and him. I don't even remember what freaking race those are. What are they? They are godlike. There we go. Godlikes. Man, I am just out of it today. I've been out of it for a while. Let's go ahead and come down here and see what else we can do in this area. We've still got a couple of quests here to deal with. Oh, look. We've got named people there. Let's make sure I don't have anything down here I need to loot. Nope. Let's go ahead and loot what I can from up here. Because, of course. Wait. You know what I see? I see a cat that we can stuff in the bag. There we go. Zorro, the cat. Alright, how about you? You're named. You find a woman of early middle years, dressed fine, if dirty, armor, adorned with bright purple piping. A pair of long scars bisect her brow and jaw. Though she stands at ease, a nervous energy thrums through her.
Fair day, traveler.
She grins broadly, a joyful twinkle lighting her eyes.
Anything I can do for you, just say the word.
Tell me about yourself.
Lady adventurer at your humble service. I was born in a deer and raised in the field, and there's nary a crevice of this archipelago I haven't seen.
She reminds me of Erwin. The field?
The living lands most off, but
or Ed Air. My
bad.
Okay.
And my goodness, if you think that Deadfire's wild, I must say, it's no more thrilling than a lady of luxury's afternoon luncheon in comparison to the glorious madness of the living lands. Being a cipher's come in quite handy, I'll tell you that.
Do you often get into trouble then?
Oh, dear me, yes. Can't seem to avoid it. Not a lick of it's my fault, of course.
Of course.
It's the university. Always sending me to the most dangerous corners of Aurora, the skimps. If I didn't know better, I might say they were trying to kill me. There's not other way to rid themselves of a tenured professor, after all.
She laughs. Get any good stories out of it, at least?
Oh, aye. Some you wouldn't right believe. Like the time I lost part of my ear here, see?
She pulls back her hair and shows you her mangled ear. It looks like something's had a good chew on it.
Lost an entire research team along with the ear.
I think that's more important than the ear.
Day that was. My colleagues have implied I might be cursed, but I can't say I'm much agreed. It's just the nature of the work, you understand. I mean, goodness, if you want a lady to find you the rarest plants, you gotta send her to the most remote places.
Yeah, if you say so.
On my last expedition, my colleague Inez got herself lost looking for what was essentially a big prickly weed. No medicinal use at all. I found her, though. Mostly intact.
Mostly intact.
A blessing from the living lands, I call it. Aye. But I do go on, don't I?
She laughs gaily, a hand splayed across her chest. Could you teach me what you learned in your time exploring the living lands?
With pleasure. Teaching is my specialty, after all. I'm going to pack your brain with so much knowledge, you're going to have a headache for a week. All I need from you is 3,000 copper.
Sure. I will enhance stealth and metaphysics.
Excellent. Let's get down to business, shall we?
She starts first with the practical training. How to move silently through bush, when and how best to hide. How to step so as to muffle the sounds of your feet. Satisfied, she moves on to high-level explanation of various theories of knowledge. She seems to have quite a passion for epistemology and goes on for an excruciating long time before at last sending you on your way. You've learned Kay's training. Right, how about Carlo Fortuny? A trim man in practical, well-crafted leathers watches you from the corner of his eyes. When he catches you looking his way, his hand drifts casually to the dagger at his hip and lingers for a moment. Then he smiles, the corners of his hazel eyes crinkling with genuine warmth, and waves you over. He rubs thoughtfully at the stubble along his jaw.
Well,
tell me about yourself.
I was born to a family of merchants on the Pearl Coast. I was a restless boy, and my feet took me to the Valen Republics when I came of age.
As Carlos speaks, his previously strong Valian accent begins to fall away, and his voice takes on the characteristic twang of the Deerwood.
I learned of the power of geography and language at my father's knee, and those skills proved useful in the Republics. I had many successful years as a merchant, and then I made a mistake.
Go on. He gives you a small smile and an easy shrug of his shoulders.
I joined up with a company based in Girara that traded in beautiful weavings. But they were ill-gotten gains, forcibly produced by a weaver the company kidnapped named Bonicetta. I didn't learn the truth until it was too late. And when our crime was uncovered, I was exiled from the Republic.
That's a shame.
Indeed. But I should have asked better questions of my employers. And now I'm here, kicking my heels in the Deadfire, where no one knows my name and with few prospects before me. I would like to make amends to Bonicetta personally, but it seems a distant possibility. Ah, well, I learned my lesson. I won't be played for a fool again.
Can you teach me what you learned in the Valian Republics?
You listen to my tale. I suppose I can do
Nice, more diplomacy.
3,000 copies.
Sure thing. Here you go.
Well done.
He shows you a trick for lifting a man's coin purse from his belt. Between demonstrations, he also gives you tips for negotiating with even the most hard-hearted of merchants. You thank him and turn away. Just as you're about to leave, he tosses a coin purse to you with a laugh.
You nearly forgot something.
The coin purse he tossed you is your own. Okay, I've learned Carlos training. Good, good.
What for, Cap?
Well, we've got to head to different areas of the town. So we've got the King's Coffin, the Balefire Beacon, and the Radiant Court down there. Let's take a look at the King's Coffin. Actually, let's go to the Radiant Court first. See what there is to be found in this place. We've got more stuff to loot. There's Barona.
Fresh fruit, vegetables, dried goods for long voyages. I got it all right here.
Continue.
What can I stock you up with today?
Show me what you have for sale. I need supplies for the road. Except you don't have the kind of supplies I need. At least not in the quantities I need. Sorry. Alright, what's next? Let's go down here, see if there's anything down here. There's something in the Rosmilla. Oh my god, everybody's talking over one another. And I see a cat that I need to shove in a bag. There we go. Epsilon. Alright, let's talk to Rosanella.
So you're the captain the old port's been talking about. Aye, you do look like a fearsome sort. Welcome to Dunnage. What are you having? I'll pour you a double.
What do you know about the floating hangman? Her eyes go wide, and she fumbles a bottle of spirits, spilling rum over the counter.
No one survives the floating hangman. Or so they say. It's the ship of the dead. You spy it on the horizon, you flee as fast as you can.
Alright, show me what you've got. Now here is where I can pick stuff up, but again, she doesn't have it in the kind of supplies I need. Let's go over here. Talk to Desiro.
You carry yourself like a person
More bounty hunts.
Care to put your skills to use for a good cause? And some coin?
She dances a coin across her knuckles, mirth, a bright glint in her eyes. Tell me about the cause you mentioned.
The firebrand commanded by Captain Henqua once plagued the Deadfire. The skill and brutality of Henqua's crew was the stuff of legends.
Desiro flicks the coin she's holding and snatches it from the air with a grin. Up close, it's clearly a sornet.
Legendary nightmares, more like. After how they did the crew of the Virtuous Reward. Even that bastard Benwith wanted nothing to do with them.
But pirate legends don't live long. Some months ago, an alliance of Neketaka pirate hunters managed to corner the firebrand and sink her off the coast of Tikawara. They confirmed Captain Henqua's death, but her senior crew members...
Oh, so we gotta hunt the crew.
And now it seems like bringing the Firebrand's crew to justice doesn't matter to anyone but me.
Even in the low light, you see a vein throbbing at her temple. Her voice drops to a low growl.
So I want you to kill them. And I'll pay you out of my own pocket if you do.
I'll hunt down those pirates. Who am I looking for?
Firebrand had a mascot. A useless little bastard. Who's taken to calling himself Lord Admiral Imp. He's not
Is he
terribly
an imp?
dangerous on his own,
Pretty sure he's an
but
imp.
he's keen to make a nuisance of himself wherever he goes.
She rubs the bridge of her nose and sighs.
Last I heard, Lord Admiral Imp was making himself comfortable in Queen's Berth.
Okay.
You'll find him there with a few Zarops and constructs, the little buggers convinced to follow him. Bless their simple hearts.
Who's next on your list?
You'll be taking down Lady Ipiro, Captain Henqua's former first mate and rumored lover. She's a cipher, and a dangerous one at that. Ipiro maintains an estate in Serpent's Crown in Neketaka. But I wouldn't recommend you rush in muzzles blasting and swords held high. She keeps a number of bodyguards on her payroll.
She winks, all smiles. Alright, I'll be careful. Who else am I
You'll
after?
be going after Katren, the Firebrand's resident wizard. Rumor has it
Nice.
she was once
I love these
an
slaying
apprentice
quests.
to Alchemir before
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Last I heard, Katren and her sundry little minions could be found lazing about the sacred stair here in Neketaka
So-
at night.
She said here in Neketaka at night, which means that she was originally in Neketaka and they moved her. Who's the last
I have a
target?
challenge for you, my friend. And his name is Torkar, leader of the Firebrand's boarding parties. He's an ogre with a reputation for cleverness.
I
and
think I can
cunning.
handle that.
I've even heard tell it was Torkar who was behind the Firebrand's most successful tactics, not Henqua. Torkar was last seen at Lifte's refuge here in Dunnage.
And now she's saying here in
Joining a
Dunnage.
crew, or assembling his own. I trust you won't let that happen.
She cocks one dark eyebrow in question. Sounds like, okay, farewell.
Happy hunting.
So yeah, I can handle that, yeah. See what else we got. Oh look, there's a dog I can shove in my bag.
Ask for Ewena in the king's coffin. You'll see stars.
Alright, let's go to the Ramassa.
Blasted sot. She's got to be 90 years old.
Ramassa.
Welcome to my emporium.
He gestures to all the stalls around him.
What would you like to buy?
Let's see what you have for sale. Okay, so we've got some material here. We've got legendary light armor. It makes it harder to hit. Eager blade, that's an Estoc. Don't have anybody that really uses Estocs. Amra, which is a two-handed battle axe. Again, don't have anybody that really uses two-handed battle axe. Alright. Well, that's just useful to have. Let's go over
The
here.
Watcher is a regular ship hunter's ship hunter.
Aye. Anyone kills that many Valine trading bastards is a right hero of mine.
Oh, really now? So I'm known as a ship hunter of Valiant.
My old captain was a drinker from the day he was born to the day he died.
Alright, so we got the treasure trove to go in and then other
He was
areas.
rail thin. He wound up with a wooden leg, 26 ships, and a bilious fever.
Okay, so is this a story?
Sunrise is a woe, doves. The coming horizon is a sea-sized ruin.
Okay, that's odd. Alright, let's talk to this one. The first thing you notice about this man is the nature of his attire. Loud, in clashing reds and purples, as bright as a peacock. On second glance, you see that he's tall and lanky, boyishly handsome in an unkempt way, with a trim beard and a friendly smile. He hums a little tune to himself as he watches the passerby.
My good sir, hello.
He gives you a frightfully cheery wave and beckons you closer.
Whatever might I do for you?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm certain there's no need to tell you, observant as you no doubt are, that I am an actor.
He says the last bit with a flourish and takes an extravagant bow.
Stage, tavern, street corner. They are as much my home as where I lay my head at night. So, I travel Aora, looking for opportunities to share my gifts with the grateful masses.
wherever that may lead.
You make a lot of money doing that?
Oh, goodness, yes, loads of it. I've been known to joke that I'm less a man than I am a walking bank for all the coin that I carry.
You don't look like...
The common folk do so love an actor. We bring mystery and excitement to their otherwise dreary lives. Yes, you could say we're doing the God's work.
Or being parasites on society. Okay. As he speaks, you notice that the toes of his soft boots are worn thin. A closer inspection reveals that his robes are unraveling at the hems and well patched at the elbows too. You're broke, aren't you?
How dare you! But you're not wrong, to my great chagrin. Times have been tough of late, what with the giant statue smashing up the place.
Yeah, tell me about it. He still owes me a damn castle.
It's quite difficult, you know, living as I do. On occasion, foolish folk will take my act for reality. I've thrice been run out of a town for impersonating a foreign dignitary. Damn fools don't understand the blistering wit of my satire, I tell you.
Maybe you need a better writer.
I had to learn to protect myself as a result, though I must admit...
Are we gonna do more,
aren't of use for much more than fighting off wolves or throttling a thief with designs on my satchel.
More lessons?
Thank the gods, I hardly ever need to use them. I can talk myself out of nearly anything, you know.
You sure can talk, I'll give you that.
Well, thank you. I must say it's gratifying to be recognized for one's talents. All things being equal, I'd much rather recite a sonnet than swing an axe. But a man's got to make his way in the world any way he can.
Can you teach me what you've learned in your travels as a performer?
I would be honored. But a man needs to make a living, you know. So, for my services, how about 3,000 copper?
Sure. For bluffing streetwise.
Fantastic. Let's get to it then.
His training is idiosyncratic. He starts by describing a character he'd like you to play. A street tough, an embittered sailor, a noble in the throes of a tantrum. Then he recites lines to you, asking that you recite them back in the attitude of your character. He then shows you how to use those characters to trick people into giving you what you want. When you show him you've got it, he gives you a wide smile and bids you farewell. Yay, more training. Okay. Why couldn't I loot this? Is this just... Oh, it's because it's repair material. Okay, because I don't need it. Alright, well, let's go to the treasure trove. Find out what's in here.
You deserve better, Captain.
Alright. There's the guard. Let's talk to Demessa.
Welcome to the treasure trove, sailor.
A strapping godlike blinks between the swollen, crusty tumors lining her eyes. Her lips crack, weeping a sappy substance as she speaks. This is a skein godlike, isn't it?
Anything in my trove catches your eye, you let me know. Right.
Show me what you have for sale. Okay. Ooh, nice. Alright. So we've got a flail, sun and moon. You know, for those who remember Morrowind. Hits twice, but with reduced damage, but with burn and freeze. That's not terrible. Squid's Grasp is a one-handed rapier. Accurate, grants Squid's Escape, and grants Galmo's Curse. Galmo's Curse is intellect debuff. Squid's Escape is area of effect, blind and confusion, and immune to engagement for 1 round. So that lets you get away when you poke people with it. Refuse Stained Grasp grants Death Denied, which makes you immune to Constitution inflictions. That's basically what they do. Okay, let's look at the Mirror Block. 10% chance to reflect against spells, 5% deflection against ranged weapons, plus 2 stealth. That's actually not bad. And then finally Void Ward, which is reduces raw damage and bleeds corroded damage. That's actually not terrible. That is not terrible at all. Iridescent Scale. Medium armor. Superb. And it lets you summon blights. Alright, so there's some good stuff here. Some of which might be useful, but not particularly right this instant.
Captain.
Seraphin.
Alright, let's talk to Calandra.
Glad that you were able to see Remaru one last time before he left.
Aye, it were worthwhile. Not that I ain't aiming to set eyes on the old sawbones again. Assuming the captain don't get us all good and dead first.
Hey, Seraphine, I'll try not to.
Then let us work for
Let's talk to Callum.
Of epic proportions if ever I directed one.
Arms flailing wildly before her, the stage performer shoos the other actors from the set.
Typhoon couldn't have cleared out our audience faster.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? I'll tell you what, everything. My troop's coming apart at the seams. We're short on cash, we're low on people, and we've run plumb dry on enthusiasm.
She ticks the points on her fingers.
We haven't drawn a decent crowd in more than a fortnight. And it ain't like pirates are hard to please. That's how you know the show really stinks.
At least you know your weaknesses.
I think I know what the problem is. We've got a lack of flair. If only I could hire more talented performers. I just know my play would take off.
What would you need to improve the play?
A better Aethys, for one. I'm the tallest one in our troupe. I'm still not very convincing, even when I bother to dye my skin blue. Also, our special stage effects aren't all that special anymore. We had someone for that role, but she got herself into debt and has a new job at the King's Coffin.
What's your play about?
Only the biggest thing to hit the Deadfire since the Vailian Trading Company started hunting us like sea hounds. I'm talking about Aethys storming through the archipelago and capsizing nearly a whole fleet of our ships.
Tell you what, I will help you.
Well, that's great. Then we could...
Abruptly, her eyes narrow, her dark brows furrowing with heavy suspicion.
Wait a tick. Why would you help me? What do you get out of this?
I'd really like to see how the play turns out.
With you helping me acquire the right talent, I'd wager it's going to be phenomenal. I'm in desperate need of 2 more performers.
A wizard and
A wizard for one,
someone big enough to pose as
Aethys.
Aethys.
I happen to know a wizard of the finest skill set who already performs here in Dunnage.
Terna.
At the King's Coffin. But unfortunately, I got no idea of where we might find a suitable Aethys.
Well, I'll take a look.
Get me the right people for the parts, and I promise you'll be pleased with your investment. I'll turn us a profit or die trying.
Sure. So I just gotta find probably a big Amoa and whoever's in the King's Coffin. This is a nice little settlement here. Alright. Maneha. You.
Is that you? What's it been? 5 years? Life's been good. I keep on my feet and never stay in one place too long.
This is somebody I supposedly know.
Kill him, wait an hour, then pull any gold teeth. Easy as pie.
You're an idiot. Wait a minute, wait an hour. Alive, dead. It makes no difference at all.
I've pulled plenty of gold teeth. I know the right way of it.
Maybe I'll pull your teeth just to prove you wrong.
Whoa! Blew him away right on the spot.
It really does make no difference.
Yep. He got himself... He went ahead and killed a dude, and he got himself banished instead of,
I reckon that's one way to settle an argument.
Well, we'll go ahead and grab this. We will take his clothes. Alright, let's talk to Elias Zelen. You find a lanky, blonde elf flipping through a book of Adiran poetry by the artist Skilba. His armor is well worn and well kept, and it bears on its breast the image of a double-headed eagle holding a sword and crown. Looking more closely, you notice that with his free hand he's picking a padlock.
Hello. May I help you?
He catches you looking and gives you a shy smile.
Need anything?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm not sure what there is to tell. I'm a man of adventure, mostly.
Have you had any that would make a good story?
A few. More than I could share in a night, to be sure. There is one that's close to my heart. It led me to my love.
Go on. He nods, please.
I was on an expedition into the backwoods of Red Seras when I came across an abandoned town. To my great surprise, I found a tremendous hoard of books in the town priest's cottage.
What's surprising about that?
The Red Serans are conservative folk, more so even than the Adirans. They don't have much use for reading that doesn't come from one of the holy texts of the Church of Aethys. And what a selection of books it was. Every subject represented, even some questionable ones. I couldn't help but help myself to them. I took as many as I could carry, and I can carry quite a bit. Read them all cover to cover and learned a lot too. I tired soon of wandering, so I settled in a small town in the Deerwood and became a tutor for a noble family. Fell in love with the governess, naturally, and I stayed. For a while.
Then what?
Well...
He rubs the back of his neck and looks away a moment.
I felt a stirring in my bones one day. I can't explain it. I just woke up, caught sight of the horizon, and had to go. I left my lady wife right there in our marital...
That is unfortunate. He sighs deeply. A look of longing flits across his face, but it stifles with a quick frown.
I don't know what's waiting for me out here in the Deadfire. But I have hope this will be my biggest adventure yet.
Oh well, can you teach me what you've learned in your travels?
Well, you listen to my long tale, I suppose you are owed a trick or two. For the low price of 3,000 copper.
Alright, explosives and mechanics? Sure.
Much obliged.
He digs through his pack and pulls out several locks he's found in his travels. He proceeds to put you through your paces, timing how quickly you complete each lock, then demanding that you do it again, and faster still. Satisfied you've become a deft hand, he shows you how to build a small explosive with black powder, parchment, and twine. Once you've demonstrated that you can create the explosive without getting yourself or anyone else blown up, he wishes you good luck and tells you to get going. Okay. Skill bonuses all around. Let's talk to Terna.
If you're enjoying my performance, tips are welcome but not required. Thank you, loyal patron.
Voice monotone, the wizard examines her nails as she speaks. A hand on her hip, she cocks her head as she waits for you to speak. Doesn't look like you're enjoying yourself.
I work for a handful of pyres per day. How could I find enjoyment in that?
Calandra needs you for her play.
I'd be happy to go back working for her, except I owe Harker over there a good deal of money.
She jerks her head towards the far end of the bar.
Stupid dice went cold at the wrong time. Until I pay him what I owe, 700 pyres, I'm not going anywhere.
Is there anything else I can do to get you
Talk
out?
it over with Harker. Maybe you'll be feeling generous.
She snorts as if she's made a joke.
A more likely possibility is he'll try and put a knife between your ribs. Assuming he doesn't, or you survive it, you ought to know he hides his money in his private quarters. Would be a shame if someone stole it.
Indeed. What can you tell me about Harker?
You haven't heard the rumours, I take it?
Her voice drops to a raspy whisper.
Some people say he's the Red King.
The infamous pirate? I'd heard he was lost at sea years ago.
Aye, I'd heard that too. But some folks say he faked his death to escape the wrath of the Valian Republics.
The elf leans close, conspiratorially, to murmur near your ear.
Those same folks say that Harker was the Red King.
Licking the corner of her mouth, she straightens. She smooths her hair with trembling fingers.
I wouldn't go on asking him about it, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Harker's got a nasty reputation, a real violent disposition, and besides, people in this port generally don't like others prying into their past.
Not a problem. Very well. So there is a Harker around somewhere? Oh, Jacob Harker behind the bar. Okay. Not a problem. Oh, let's talk to Pietro up here. Something wrong with you? Hunched on his hands and knees, quivering and drenched in sweat, the pirate lets out a pain-filled groan.
Lost my God's damn soul and stupidity. Aldred, save me now.
What's wrong with you?
Ship was attacked and boarded by pirate hunters. Didn't know if we'd be able to get away, so I swallowed down my most valuable possession. Gutty's black tear. Gemstone, about the size of my fist.
How the hell did you swallow that?
Now it ain't coming out of either end. Been trying all manner of foul concoctions to no effect on account of my stomach being too strong. Years of sailing the storm-racked seas will do that to you. Started feeling an intense pain 2 days ago. I think I might be dying. I can't even crawl no more.
Well, you get it out. I want the gem.
Take it. What I used to think was a blessed treasure has become my curse. Any price is worth getting it out of me. Rosanella's got a stand in the Radiant Court. She's been supplying me with some experimental concoctions.
Okay.
Tweaking them after. Tell her the last one.
Feed him some black powder and watch him explode. And then And then pick the gem up from the remnants. That would be all right. You know what? Let's peek up here first real quick. All right, there's Erowena. Let's save the game real quick. Let's talk to Erowena.
Aren't you a handsome one?
An older woman looks you up and down and smiles, revealing several gold teeth.
Do you need help with something, my dear?
What do you do here?
Isn't it obvious? I entertain, of course.
She does a little shimmy and breaks off with a laugh.
It'll cost you 50 pyres, naturally. And don't let the wrinkles fool you. I'm still young at heart, and I've got more
Yeah,
experience
no thank you. Farewell, let's talk to this cabin boy. A young man dressed in a skin-tight leathers gives you a quick once-over. You must... Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so, dude. Alright, Man, I can't steal with them there. Let's say we talk to Jacob Harker. At the bar, you find a tall man with a salt-gray hair and a strikingly bright blue eyes. His face sports a handful of long scars that continue down his neck and disappear beneath the collar of his shirt. He looks up from wiping down the counter when you approach and gives you a broad, disarming smile.
Haven't seen you around before. Welcome to the King's Coffee.
His smile is wide enough to show his bright white teeth, but his light eyes remain cold and flinty.
What can I do for you?
I have heard rumors that you're the Red King, the infamous pirate.
Infamous to his enemies, famous to his friends.
He narrows his eyes and sizes you up before saying, "Well."
Folks decided to call me the Red King. I had nothing to do with that. But I didn't tell them to stop neither.
He grins.
See, the Valian republics drove my Dar out of business, and I repaid them in kind by taking their ships and their treasure. A whole lot.
Yep.
Got right tired of ship hunters crawling up my arse every time I went out to sea. So I paid off my crew, scuttled this ship here, and went my merry way. In other words, the Red King is dead. And if you ask me any more about it, you will be too.
I want to pay off Tierna's debt.
To you, did she? The woman can spot a soft-hearted mark from 50 paces. Like a sixth sense or something. Remarkable.
He nods to you conspiratorially as if he didn't just imply you were a sucker easily parted from your money.
Here's the thing, though. It's more profitable for me to keep her under my thumb. So, sweet as your offer is, you can keep the money. Unless there's something else you need, I think we're done here.
If folks hear you're keeping a debtor as a slave, they may not be so keen to gamble here, savvy?
That's a shrewd observation. Maybe you're not so easy a mark after all.
He rubs at the stubble along his jaw, lost in thought. Then he shrugs and flashes you that too bright grin.
Tierna's free to go.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk to Tierna.
Endless thanks for taking care of my debt. See you at the play.
All right, now let's talk to Maneha.
Say what you want about pirates, but these Principi know how to have a good time.
I'm getting this weird idea that this is associated, that she's associated with a quest somewhere. Let's go back down here. Actually, you know what? I'm running low on time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it here, and we're going to continue on and deal with that dude upstairs that's got a gem stuck in him in the next episode. For now, this has been the RPG Crawler with those returning to Deadfire. If you like what you see, remember to leave a like, tell me if you've got any feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye. And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribestar, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.